And I'm going to lead this class seated, using my hands on my arms and breast and face. But if you have difficulty sitting down, you might as well lie down, and you can use your hands on whatever body part you want to. So if it's easier for you to do on your stomach or your legs, that's just as good. So the thing is that we're taking time to feel, to sense our body, and just being with our body. And it's no accomplishments here. It doesn't have to be in a special way or feel in a special way. You can't do right or wrong. I'll start by saying some affirmations, and I'll say it as I'm saying it to my own body, or to you then. So you can try it on and see if any of it feels good for you. So I feel with affirmations that sometimes it's easier to say it to my body, just because like I am enough. If I say I am enough, and it's easy that I have some kind of question mark behind that and start having thinking about it. But when I say you are enough, it's easier. It's like I'm communicating to my body that you are enough. And then it's easier for me to say that without any question mark. So just try what works for you. I love you. I see you. I hear you. You are worthy. You are precious. And you are enough, just as you are right now. I'm taking some time now to show you some love and affection. Making it possible for you to release whatever you're ready to release right now. Can start with shaking your hands a bit and your arms if that feels right for you. Maybe draw up your shoulders a bit and move them. And then start with rubbing your hands. And remember, if you're tired in your hands or arms and it's hard to hold them raised, you can just have them down and maybe rub your legs. Just do what feels good for you. Just see this as inspiration in some way. So rub your hands, and you can try to do it very slowly. And then a bit faster. Maybe you can listen to the sound. Is it the sound you like? And take time to show each finger some love, just by stroking it this way. Take the fingertips and tap them like this, and see if you can hear any sound. Can you be in the whole body, give attention to your whole body in the same time as you tap your fingertips and listen to the sound? Then take your right hand or fingers and to say rub in the inside of the other hand. Do you feel any heat? Do you feel any moisture maybe? And do with the other hand in the other hand, with the other fingers in the other hand. And the same. Maybe you can see if there is any difference. Like for me, it's more moisture in the left than in the right, even after doing it some time. Then you can put one hand on the other, leaving an empty space. And just sense this space. I don't know if you say sense, feel this space, this empty space. Can you feel any heat inside there? Any vibration? Or maybe not. See if you take both hands and draw them from each other. Do you feel any energy or warmth in between? And if you don't, maybe you can just imagine, just play with it and see how far from each other can you draw your hands and still feel this energy ball or heat or whatever. And then if you just use your intuition, where would you like to place your hands? I directly felt that I wanted to place them on my heart, but that's not always the case. Maybe you can just have your hands wherever you put them. Do you think that your own hands has a healing potential for yourself? You don't have to answer like any of these questions. It's just things that you can have in mind. And if you don't believe so, maybe you can pretend. Is there any other place, body part, that you would like to place your hands on? I felt I wanted to put them on my right knee, so I'll just do that a little bit. Then I take my hands and start stroking inside, on my inside arms. Maybe you can feel how fast you want to do it or how slowly. And again, if it's hard to keep your arms upright, you can just do the same movements on your legs or stomach. So just be in the feeling a bit. See if you both can have contact with your hands and arms and the rest of your body in the same time. Rubbing my hands a bit again and shaking them out. Now I'm going to do a few different hand movements on my inner arm with my other hand. And you can always take a pillow and put below if it's hard to hold it up. So first I'll just do some gentle strokes. Maybe you can first have attention on the sensation on the inner arm. And then change to have your attention on your hand. What do you say? Your inner hand. And then see if you can have your attention on both on the same time. And then try another movement and do patting. You can listen on the sound in the same way, in the same time. And then take your finger or fingernails and scratch. Then take some time to just observe inside both of your arms, and see if you can feel any difference from the right and left inner arm. Is it warmer, one of them? Do you feel any difference up in the shoulder? Like I can feel a difference all the way up. I think it's more circulation, but maybe you feel something or not. And then do the same movements on the other inner arm. Just striking very gentle. Or maybe you don't want to stroke gentle, maybe you want to stroke harder. How does it feel to stroke hard? Or depending on your muscle, what feels good for you? How slow can you do it? When we have a lot of tension and stress in our body, it can be very, very difficult to do things slowly. And this can be the case even if we're very tired and don't have much energy. It can still be difficult. It can be interesting just to observe how it feels. And then do it again with the hand, tap or clap. And if you feel that you just want to stop for some time and lie down and do nothing, or just hug yourself, do that. It's something to celebrate every time we listen to our body and do what we feel is right for it. I kind of like this sound. Then I take my fingers and scratch. How do you like to scratch? Do you even like to scratch? Take down both and just feel inside both left and right if you feel any difference. I can feel almost like some kind of vibration actually in both my hands. You can shake again if that feels good, and then just give yourself a self-hug. So all of these things we are doing now is a way to train ourselves to listen even to small, small signs or feelings or sensations in our body. So the thinking or thought is that this is something that you can, that's not just here right now, but will spread to the rest of your life. That's how it feels for me, at least. When I've started to do things like this, I'm more open to different sensations, things that I didn't notice before. And I feel that that's beautiful and important. Because a lot of us, when we have been stressed for many years, we kind of close down, both to our feelings and both in body and both physically and emotionally. So doing these kind of things is a way to kind of train up that again. That's how I feel. And this is kind of what you say, the butterfly hug. And you can also do this lying down. I actually feel that's so calming, lying down and doing this. And one alternative that I started doing that I feel is so comforting is I take my for me it's the right hand and put it up here. So that's kind of an alternative. And then you have your hand just on your vagus nerve. So maybe you can just try to hold like this and just sense your body, how it's responding to this, and then put your hand behind your neck. And I got this kind of vagus nerve release right away. So that's what you said, vagus nerve release. It's when we feel calm, when we get some kind of release. And that can be sighing, more saliva in our mouth. It can be all kinds of things. Maybe that you feel a little bit tired. And now if you want to, if you do it now or if you're tired maybe later, you can try to have it here and also try what happens if you raise it up even further. And I feel that is so comforting when I lie down and just do this movement up here. And I thought about it, that it might be related to that's the way you hold babies, like you're comforting them here. I don't know. But that's something you can try later maybe if you want to. And as I said to one of the women I know is here or maybe isn't here anymore, is that you close down whenever you want to. Or if you just want to lie still and don't do anything and just listen, this is time for you. So now I'm going to take my hands, the right hand on the left side of the face, and just stroke. Maybe you can do that 5 times if you want to. And then sense, is there a different feeling in the left and right half of the face? Maybe you can close your eyes if you feel comfortable with that and just take in this feeling if there is a difference. And then take the other hand on the other face half and stroke 5 times maybe. How does it feel in the rest of your body when you're doing this? How does it feel in your heart? So a hug again. The hands is we show a lot of affection with other people, maybe especially children with our hands, but we forget to use our hands to show affection for ourselves. Now you can take your hands, and I'm doing this in my face, but as I said before, if you're tired in your arms and hands, you can do this on your stomach or legs. So now I'm doing small circles around the eyes. And first I do it very, very soft, gentle, so the skin, I try to do it without the skin moving. Small circles, if that feels right for you. And then you can try altering or to do it when the skin moves. Yeah, I get this kind of release now. It's a lot of tension for many of us around the eyes. An interesting thing can be to think that you're, releasing tension behind your eyes. You can just do that for a moment. Close your eyes if that feels comfortable. Otherwise, just keep them open and have the thought that you're kind of releasing tension behind the eyes, like the eye muscles. Maybe you can think of it like fluid or cotton or something just very soft. Yeah, so it is possible to release the muscles behind the eyes. So maybe do circles in the rest of the face. Take one finger and do small circles around the mouth. And then I pat on the face and on the head. That's kind of the best thing, I think. Sometimes patting on different ways and different parts of the body is a good way to release tension. It's different for every one of us, but it can be an alternative way from kind of massaging, giving yourself massage. And I like altering, patting or clapping on my head and on my feet. That's something I can do to just feel integrated. You can take and pat here on the vagus nerve here. It's very calming for many people. And then I go over and do some massage for the ear. And the ears have all kind of acupuncture points. But there are so many, so I feel in some way that you don't have to focus so much on trying to get the right place because it's very calming and to just rub all over. And that's a very good tips if you have difficulty sleeping. And also kind of dragging them out in different ways. So let's shake our hands and arms again. We've been using them a lot. And just take a hug again. And there's always a lot of talk about like self-love, and that we all know that that's so important. And I used to say that with feelings you can never start, like the feeling doesn't come first, it's the behavior. So however we feel about ourselves and our bodies, we can decide that we're starting on a behavior to show ourselves love, to show our bodies love. And then these kind of movements, or just giving yourself a hug, is a good start. Little by little, a little becomes a lot. So I think that we can do as we did in the beginning again, just striking inside the arms. I think I'll start to wrap up now. When I've done these sessions before, I've done them all between 20 and 45 minutes. But this is my first live, so I guess maybe this is... but we'll do a little end thing. So if you put both of your hands on your heart, or wherever you feel, maybe your stomach, and close your eyes if that feels comfortable for you. Maybe just gaze a little bit down. And if you ask your heart or your body or your soul, whatever feels comfortable for you, what it would like, what it needs from you, or what it wants from you the rest of the day. Maybe it's more calm and comfort. Maybe it's acceptance. If it's love, maybe it's love in some specific way. Maybe it's that you repeat an affirmation we said in the beginning, or an affirmation that feels good for you, like you are enough, or I hear you, I see you. And maybe you can think, like kind of circle outside yourself, just like an aura or something, and you can just imagine that. And imagine that you're packing the air or the space in this balloon with what your body or soul or you yourself, what feels good for you, needs today. So if it's you're enough, I'm enough, you're just packing this space so much with this. Or maybe it's gratitude or love, affection. I promise I'll be your best friend. I'll keep listening to you, I'll keep loving you through it all. So I'm very happy that you were here with me